Come closer, I can see you. Oh yes. Yes. It's Friday and I'm feeling all balsa-y. Yes, it's that balsa feeling. Oh yes, enough of that craziness. Let's get right to it. When we started, I think, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know, we've done some bits and pieces ready for today's show. Alrighty, so time to start to do the other stuff. Yes, we've got the final back piece to do, and of course we've got the cigar. Yes, we've got the cigar. No, I didn't smoke it. As you can see, I've got a new kind of desky thing. It's like cork tiles, which I was going to build on, but unfortunately for some reason they don't lay flat. So I think good for now, because I can do normal building on it, so it doesn't dent the model. But yeah, I'll have to think about that. Anyway, enough of that. So first of all, it's the back cone. So to do this, I have got a drawing somewhere. Yes, I did cut it out. Well, I've been cutting out since I'm building this thing. So I'm okay. So I've got to make this into a shape, and then it kind of curves over. So I'm just sort of cutting. I was just doing this. I thought, well, I might as well start the video now. Just cutting this balsa here, so it's kind of the rough shape, which it should be together. And I need to stick these two together. So I want to get my tape ready. I think we go for the full-on blue tape effect. Now I think this hasn't got any small sides, so we'll have to just go with what. Now basically what I want to do now, there's a little trick that I've shown before that obviously the great George showed me. So it's to get the back straight level. He says, I want it dead level. This is easier said than done. Okay, that looks better. So then I'm going to sand this now. I've used two because normally I'll just use the bottom, but you want that little lip to follow this lip if you get these. These are the Permagrit tools. They're brilliant. And I'm just going to put enough weight on there, and then I'll use the tough side for a minute, and then just keep going until it hits the secondary board, or whatever you like to call it. You see that comes off there, and then just do the fine one. I think that's to the board. I think just to do a few more just in case, but I think it is. It's kind of hard to see when you're on the board. It is. I think it is. Okay, so then that's going to be straight. So I'll leave that there. So in fact, what I'll do, I'll just put a bit of tape on there so I know what side it is. I'm liable to forget. Okay, and then do the same on this one. Now that is that side, I know it's that side. Just move that one there a minute. And then if I put these together here, look at that. You can't even see the join, that's how square they are. Now just to make sure that I've not messed up, I haven't. So what I'm going to do now is, by holding these together, and I really can't see where the join is, which is kind of there. I just want to put that across there for a second, just to hold it there. And then I'll push, get that whisper away, push these together like so. Okay, and then my phone's going off, isn't it? Boom, boom, boom. I have weird sounds. I have sounds for everybody, that's what it is. So let's get that nice and tight. I'll cut these ends off, just without trying to cut the balsa. There you go. Excuse me, balsa dust. And then if you look on this side, you can't really see the join. You can because it's two different shades. Put a splurge on my finger. Oh god, I need to get some more of this. I go through this like nobody's business. I use it for everything. It's great stuff. Just want to go and I just want to shimmy across there. Shimmy, shimmy. The word of the day, shimmy. But I need a bit more splurge. Splurge. Give it to me, son. Give me to the splurge. And yes, and just get that there. Okay, we're good. Probably a bit too much. Yeah. Okay. So what now I do is just make sure I get it off my fingers. Now when I push that together, I'm just going to get rid of the axis, and this will be underneath anyway, and then I'm just going to put that over there and put these on there. I'll put a few more. There you go, and just one just for why not. I'll leave that to dry, and we'll come back to that. So this is the shape that we want to make. The simmer. Now I'm going to cut a small V out of it first, and then keep offering it up to make sure that it's okay. Excuse me. Now I did already kind of, so this fits over here. I mean, I did use the other drawings. I didn't use these drawings, but it kind of sounds about right. It's similar to well, it is correct. So that's the kind of the start of the V, and I'll use this middle line here to look at it, and then this is where it ends, the V. Now what I was thinking actually is that I can actually use this, because this is like a vice, maybe no, because it's the wrong side. No, I was going to have to go for gold. I'm going for gold. Good, Colin, bless his heart, did give me 2. So let's, is that a bit of scrap wood? It looks like a bit of scrap wood. Let's saw this. So that's my back, he says. I mean, this is like the Dad's RC hanger design. Oh, try not to go into the aluminium, Chris. It's not good for anybody. Look at that, even that doesn't cut straight, or is it kind of straight? But that's fine, I can probably feather that down anyway. Does it stand straight? Kind of. Yeah, well, I'll get back to that one, don't worry. Right, so that's the back. So now what I've got to do is I'm just going to follow. This is where the two lines were joined, the 2 bits of wood, which is kind of going to help me keep my line. So if I can just get this, it's all a bit fiddly, this, isn't it? There we go. So if I measure this tape, if I put that on the edge, close to the edge, this is going to be a disaster, I know it is, but we'll give it a go. Colin, bless his heart, did make me 2, so I've got to back up. Right, so if I do 2mm that end, and then go 2 millimeters that end, that's my ass, that's my back ass, okay? Now, am I going to measure that from I don't know how I'm going to do this. I really don't. This is really, really interesting. I'm going to have to sit down and think about this. I'll tell you what, go and get yourself a cup of tea. Oh yes, and look at that, it's an old-fashioned peg. Yes-ish. I remember, it must have been my nan, maybe great nan, I don't know, but they used to have pegs like this, just wooden pegs like this, to hang on the clothes. Anyway, so I wonder if that's where they come up with the design, I don't know. So let's get like a little rule. I just want to make sure that it fits perfect. That it goes in line there. I just want to get that in line because that's meant to sit like so, I think. Just a bit lower, I think. There it is. There you go. Getting that right. There you go. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all. Let's see if I can lift it up just so you can see it a bit more. There you go. You know, filler's a wonderful thing. Okay, let's get stuck on, and then we'll go for the little domey thing. Abra, good abra. Yes, and if by magic it's already pre-cut. Yes, I know, I'm stupid. Right, so I did stick I've just done a bit of Pret stick, which is kind of like a weird glue. It's kind of like a, I don't know, arty, crafty glue really. But I'm going to peel that off anyway because I don't want that stuck on there. And it should just peel off nicely and slowly. It does, only done the edges and it kind of dries really quickly, and there you go. I'll save that for a rainy day, or basically until I mess this up. Right, so that was that side done. So now I'm ready to curve this. So this is going to be curved. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the F14, I think it is, which I need to cut out of harder balsa because it was too soft. So I'm going to recut that, and then we're going to see. I'll see what shape it is, and then we're going to wet this side. Wet this side doesn't really matter. I'm not gluing it at the moment, so we could wet this side because it goes a bit rough, and then roll it over and then let it to dry. But we'll give that a go anyway, live, just to see. Oh yeah, we'll wet it, shall we? Alrighty then. So you're saying, okay, Chris, what is this fantastic contraption stuff you're doing now? Well, this is our little F14. So there's our little cutout of F14, which I did the same thing as the curve. And I've got, see, I've got a plan, by the way, just quickly, where this has got, so I painted it, you see, to seal it, and it's come up at the corners, but I've actually ordered a sheet that's just one big sheet rather than little bits and pieces, because this is really great. Now these are spare cut-offs that I've positioned with a couple of pins and then put a couple of pins in here. Now the reason I've got like an offset is because if you look at this, this actually curves round, so it's not a flat. And what I need to do, I've decided that I've just drawn the line on here that I've actually can't see now. Okay, so there's the actual balsa line that I want. So I'm going to put it there, put one of my blocks behind. I'll probably put a couple actually, so I'm going to get that straight. So at least I stand a better chance of bending, you see, when it's on the actual middle. I mean, it doesn't bend that much actually, to be honest with you. So I just want to make sure that's pushed down, and then I'm just going to bring these around to make sure they're kind of the same. I think they are there. It's one of them things, it's quite precision, is that the word? Precise, precisioned, I don't know, but anyway. So I want to make sure that's pushed down there. It's all a bit delicate. This is only because I decided to do it this way. I could have done it, put it on and tried it, but I thought this would probably be easier because it doesn't actually just fit on the actual back of the aircraft. It does, it's a bit weird. I just want to run a slight ream there. Just gently, just there. Just there. Don't go too mad, I'm just stroking it now, so. And then just making sure that the block is there. And give it a bit of a spray. And then it should be, give it just a couple of seconds, I should be able to take these out. The great thing about cork, look, it's really easy to stab into. There you go, that's almost. Hang on, let's get that in shot. It's almost there. I think I'm happy with that. Just gotta be careful now that I don't break it now. So, and then I've got to basically go around now and just make that into a shape. So I can do that while it's in here, but I just want to use a bit of aliphatic and then just bend it round. Yeah, and then we'll offer it up. So yeah, let me finish that because you don't need to see me do that because it's wasting epic time of video. Alrighty, so I've now made what I'm going to call the spade. Yes, it looks like a spade. Yes, totally wrong. As you've just seen, do not make this way. I found out the hard way. I thought I was being so great. I ended up breaking the little tabs off the end, and then I thought, okay, that's fine, I'll sand it down. No good to man or beast. It's not even strong enough. But what I did do, I started sanding the edges down as well, so when it did sit flat, it would work. So yes, I had to cut out another one. So as you can see on the overhead cam, I've stuck it here, so it's there. I've made another one and bits and pieces, and I made another one of these, so I can line this up here and kind of shimmy it around. It's not the world's best thing, but like you say, or I say, you know, filler's a great thing. Just if it's small gaps, I could probably, you know, sand it down a bit more. Now the trouble I've got here is this is 2mm ply, 2mm balsa, and it's soft balsa, I think. And it is so, you know, this should have been 2.4 as well, so I've done this wrong in the first place. Now I've got two options here. This will mould around here very nicely, and it's kind of, it's really weird how all this connects together, but yeah, I could do that and glue it down, and then this is going to be glass, so that will be stronger. Or my other idea was to, okay, let's stick this on here like so, get that stuck down because this is a bit stronger even though it's not great, and then stick a piece of balsa in there, and you know, it's all going to be covered anyway. Well, it's going to be glassed, so it's glassed and painted. Or I cut it again. Now the big problem is that where I've cut it twice, the paper, it might do another one. It might do another one. I mean, it's got a bit torn, but it'd be enough. Now this is a bit harder balsa, and this is 2.4mm thick, and this is I got with a pack and bits and pieces. My only worry now is that where it curves around the edges, so where it curves, it goes right round, and then these things kind of even go in a push in, you know, just fill a gap. Then it's going to break like I did on my scoop. my ice cream scoop. I really don't know what to do, and I'm stuck. I mean, this I started chamfering and everything else because this is the wrong angle. This should be like that. This is here over the top here. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of sitting back. And I'm stuck, and I'm running out of time on video because obviously this is the Friday, and it's getting hot outside. The British weather at the moment, we are literally on the 30th of May. Yes, 2025. It's gone crazily hot today. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. No plans for flying or anything today. So, yeah. So what do? I think I don't know whether to go for gold. Just press that, you know, glue this in. So we'll glue that in over there. So, and then obviously this kind of gets pushed in, and then glue this round, and then make, you know, smooth out these edges because obviously it's all coming up here. I mean, I've got to sand anyway, so I've got to sand the whole plane. Lots of filling, lots of sanding and finessing, and then obviously I'm gonna sand and seal, put the sand and seal the wood, seal the balsa. You know, I've got a feeling I could try and make one. I could draw around this template, but this, where it's so smooth, I don't know if you can see there, this kind of sticks out. I can just literally, you know, I might need to cut that just so it pushes in. I don't know. It's really weird how all this fits together. So I really want to do the soft bit because I can feather those edges down to make it nice and smooth. But it's kind of weird anyway. I thought this would be a bit more pointy, but it's kind of a bit more not. So that's where we are at the moment. Well, there you go. She's on. Bit of finessing need to be done, of course. You know, a bit of rubbing down here, a bit of rubbing down there, bit of stuff. But she's on, and that is the semi-hard, semi-decent balsa, so it doesn't freak out like the back. But yeah, I was going to just do this a bit more. But she's on, and obviously we've got the cigar. Cigar is on. Cigar is done. Oh yes. Oh yes, we have done. Yes, the Harrier has been built. Yes, it has. You'll say, man, Chris, it's not finished. I've only got to do the cockpit. That's because I'm sort of like, you know, got to make the seat and the little dash and the little man, and it's got to come out so I can put the electronics in. But we've built it. The Harrier is built. Everything is on that needs to be on. Fantastic. Finally. Now's the time when I take it outside and I sit there all afternoon filling in all the bits that were not meant to be there, adding some additions, if we like to call it, and then sanding it down and making it look as best as I certainly can. Then we're going to seal it with sand and seal. Deluxe sand and seal. So yes, then we're going to do the deluxe sand and seal it, so it's all sealed and everything else, and hopefully that should be fine. And then we're going to cover it. Then we are going to glass it. It's going to be fun because there's lots of cuts to do and some crazy stuff, and even the dog agrees with me. It's crazy, but that's all good. Yes, it's all good. It's fantastic, and I hope you're there to come back and watch it, what I'm doing before I crash. No, we're not going to crash. I'm really looking forward to it now. Today it was really hot, and now it's overcast and cloudy and windy with rain on the horizon. I don't know what's going on with this weather. I think it's just warning me to say, Chris, sun is coming. Be ready. So yes, so I'm going to crack on with this anyway, do some bits and pieces because it's just rubbing and filling down, which is quite easy. I don't need to be in the hangar, and I can be more sociable with the family. Might even get them to muck in and, you know, put a bit of filler. I am going to try. There is a couple of bits and pieces now. There's this called Roxil wood filler, if you can see that. It's a 2-part wood filler, and it's styrene free, and it's quite light and everything else. Now I'm going to get some bits and pieces where I need to level it up, which I'm not too happy about. I'm going to use that in bits of it. I can't see it adding too much weight. As long as it doesn't look like a cake like the boat did, we'd be alright. I'm still waiting for the Hobby Wing gyro. Is it Hobby Wing? I think it's Hobby Wing. Hobby Wing gyro. That should be here by the 9th of June apparently. It's probably come from China. I don't know why no one in the UK buys a load to sell. It's crazy. It's beyond me. Anyway, if it's that good, which we'll wait and see. But anyway, listen, thanks for popping by. I know it's a bit of a craziness video because it kind of stopped in tracks because I messed up as usual. But you know, I've covered it. I've recovered. Third time lucky. It's on. It's done. Finessing. Yes, even the dog agrees. So anyway, listen, thanks for popping by. And if you're getting out this weekend, any RC happenings, bits and pieces, have fun. Please have fun. But be safe and keep safe. And spread the word of Dad's RC Hangar. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Just press subscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny. send me a like and join the membership. And even why not, don't you join the Facebook group, which is lots of people. I think we're about 60 people now, all just chatting, showing their stuff and bits and pieces. And I'll probably leave the little link, the QR code that you can do with your phone, just right there somewhere. Just get your phone on the camera, and it will come up, and you just press it, and it will take you to the Facebook page where you can join. Listen, thanks for popping by, and have a fantastic weekend, because I'm going to. Oh yes. Ta-ra!